fierce. She's that girl from a west side girl to a south side girl to a north side girl to a east side girl. She's fierce, fierce. She's fierce, fierce, fierce. You are now listening to the Fierce Female Network.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Fierce Female Network. I'm your host, Fierce Mess, and today is Thursday, baby. Listen, and I am going to get on down with it. It is fresh, honey. It is fresh. It is Thursday, May 21st, 2026. It is 5 p.m. on the Central Standard Time Zone and 6 p.m. on the Eastern Standard Time Zone. You know what I'm going to say up in here. The Eastern Standard Time Zone is the time zone that rocks my socks off, honey. You know I got to push it up to the ATL, to my home team. Must give a shout out to my team, Fierce Nation International, the hardest working team on the planet. They're based in Kenya, Zimbabwe, East and West Africa, the UK, and Germany. And my honorary member in India, Karan Bhattani. So let's get on into it. Listen, you guys know I started a mini-series, Caregivers Protection, and this is installment number 4, mini-series, Caregivers Protection. I'm going to get on into it, but listen, you guys, number 2, Australia came in at number 2. So there's a small pocket of listeners in Australia that's tuning in and listening. And I really appreciate that. And also, to my surprise, Switzerland, there's a small pocket of listeners in Switzerland, tuning in Switzerland. And of course, Brazil, pulling in, I think it was number 9, really small, tiny pocket in Brazil listening in. So I really do appreciate that. Australia, Switzerland, and of course Canada. Canada has always been one of the steady eddies. Canada is a steady eddy. So Canada has always listened in over the course of the years since Blog Talk Radio and Fierce Female Network. So you guys know that Fierce Female Network is a revamping of WSF Radio. So, if you don't know, I'm just going to give you a little backstory to reintroduce you. WSF Radio, I started many years ago, about 17 years ago, and very popular platform. It was a very popular platform on Blog Talk Radio, right? And so it was just all about music. I fell into it by accident, and so it was all about music. Played a lot of popular songs on WSF Radio, and then I rebranded into WSF Radio. So listen, for Fierce Female Network. So listen. This installment is number 4, miniseries number 4, Caregivers Protection. So you guys know I started this particular miniseries because of what happened to me. And I don't want anybody else to go through that. If you are a caregiver or if you have been a caregiver, you want to share this information with other individuals that's caring for maybe a friend or a family member. And sometimes people are a caregiver to different individuals all at the same time. You know, and I've known that to happen. So listen, I don't want this to happen to anybody. So listen, if you are a caregiver, you got to protect yourself, honey. You have to protect yourself because and sometimes people are they are investing in you for your time. The time that you're there taking care of the person. But now what's going to happen afterward? That's what I'm talking about. You got to protect yourself. After the whole show is over, make sure that you are protected. And don't go walking out of there, empty-handed, not knowing. Listen, let me just break it on down. Listen, after you caregive, you're tired and you have to rebuild your life. It's just like Dr. Miles Monroe said the other day, a tape I was listening to from many years ago. And it says people will forget you just as quick as tomorrow. So when tomorrow comes in, people will forget about you. They're not going to remember what you did. And so you got to make sure that you are protected. And so just to get down to the brass tacks of it, sometimes people have to rebuild. We have to rebuild our lives after the caregiving is over. You are left with pretty much nothing. And that should never happen. That really should not happen. When you are a caregiver, you got to give up your job, and that's what happened to me. I lost my employment, which was the source of the way I paid my utility bills, and that was something I had did since 2012, and this is 2026, y'all. This is 2026. So listen, you got to make sure that you are protected. And my name was down in the doctor's office as the person that was going to be in the home with that person. And so you got to make sure you're protected. What I mean by protection, you have to make sure that you're going to have some type of means of rebuilding your life because it takes time to rebuild, to regroup yourself, and sometimes you're not going to have the energy. to be working. You're not going to have the energy after everything is over. You may not have the energy, you won't have the energy to work and really get to recoup yourself. So you got to make sure that somebody's looking out for you. And so on today's episode of Caregivers Protection, you're going to see a picture. Now, I didn't know this at the time, that the furniture, they called themselves was giving me furniture, which I really didn't want any furniture. No one talked to me. It was always told throughout the whole journey, well, you really don't have to talk to this person. Let me tell you something, caregivers. Make sure that you are communicating with somebody on an ongoing basis. Make sure that you're talking to somebody to figure out what you're going to do, what's going to happen with you afterwards. You're going to need somewhere to stay. Right? You're going to need some appliances. You're going to need a whole lot of things to help you to regain yourself. And myself, I came from a whole nother city. I came from a whole nother state, right? And so you got to make sure that you are protected. And so what happened to me, they called themselves was giving me furniture. And I didn't know this at the time. My whole focus was on that person to take care of that person. Well, let me tell you something. I moved everything over into a place that I found. Come to find out, the furniture had mold. It had mold in it for years. We did not know it. We did not know it. And matter of fact, when I came and I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I was like, I am so exhausted. I'm so tired. I can't get any strength. What is the matter with me? And so I put, to make a long story short, I took pictures of the furniture, put it on eBay to sell it. And you're going to see it. In the cover art, tap on the cover art, and you're going to see the message. One of the persons sent me a message. They wanted the furniture, and he says, do you know your furniture has mold all over it? I wanted to fuss with the man. I'm like, as there is no cotton picking way that this furniture has mold. So anyway, he says it does. My nurse is here with me now. Your furniture has mold, and you cannot sell that to anybody, right? And he says, my health is not worth it. I'm not going to put my dogs at risk, and that stuff will really hurt you and harm your health. And I says, oh my God, I didn't believe him. And so, it just so happens the lady, this was last year, the lady, some little ladies, real sweet, came in, was going to clean for me, and she was making mockery at the furniture too. And I was like, I was so offended. And so finally I says to my mom, I says, did you know what's the problem with this furniture? And I says, look at this picture. I says, this guy is telling me there's mold on this furniture. Now this is what they were giving me, was the furniture. And I pulled up the picture from eBay and showed her, and she says, oh my God, all that black stuff. She said, honey, yeah, that's mold. That's mold. And I'm telling you, it is no joke. You can get respiratory problems, all type of situations, and from mold. And so listen, you will see it for yourself all over the furniture. It is just black. You'll see the black. Now it's not dirt. It is mold that's on the furniture. So listen, caregivers, make sure that you are protected. Make sure you are getting some type of way to rebuild your life, because let me tell you something. It is not going to be easy. It is going to be very difficult to rebuild. And sometimes in some situations, you walk out of one caregiving situation and walking into another. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes there's a span of a couple of years in between, and sometimes not. So listen, you've got to make sure you are taking care of yourself. And even the lady that was over everything, she doesn't even want, even when I tried to have a conversation with her, she says, don't call me, don't contact me ever again. That's the most rudest thing that anyone could say to anyone after you've given up so many things in so many years of your life, not to receive any type of gratitude or appreciation. So caregivers, I want to make sure you guys make sure that you are protected. Keep yourself protected, because at the end of the day, and after the story has been written, you want to make sure that you're walking away with something. You got to walk away with something. So listen, I got some music for you. This is Last Call by the band Gentle Glow. This is Last Call. Take a listen to this.
Give lost to pain forever.
right, all right. That is Last Call by the band Gentle Glow. If you're just listening or tuning in, this is mini-series number 4, installment number 4, Caregivers Protection, Caregivers Protection. So listen, don't be blindsided. Even the person that was over everything was a nurse. And I'm trying to figure out, how does a nurse not know there is mold all over the furniture? I still cannot figure that out, and I still don't know how that could possibly happen. And why do strangers have to alert a person that there is something seriously wrong? I can't get past that. And so somebody saw the pictures of everything, and alerted me. The ladies that came to clean for me alerted me that something was wrong. You know what I mean? That there was, I've never seen mold. I didn't know. And so it was on the sofa, it was on the love seat, and it was on the chair, everything. And so we're sitting on this, we've been sitting on the furniture and using it for a long time. Even the person in the home, her favorite chair had mold all over it. And so there's pictures to the fact, to prove that that's what it was. And believe me, it is not a walk in the park. It's some serious stuff. So listen, you've got to keep yourself protected. Whoever home that you are in, make sure that you are going to be walking away with something of value. Have an opportunity. And there was a lot of things in their home. I didn't have an opportunity to really walk away with much of anything. Not a microwave, not a coffee pot. Let me tell you something. It was like get up and go. I mean, it was a situation where I was like, really? And so a lot of times your emotions is tied to the person. And so the caregiver is emotionally invested. And then the other people, they're not as emotionally invested. Their intentions are on other things. And so I want you guys to know, I don't want anybody to go through something like that, because guess what? It's a wear and tear on your body. And sometimes people don't recover. And so you've got to make sure that you're going to be looking out for, and that you're going to be taken care of. Somebody's got to, make sure that you're looked out for, and that you're taken care of, because it's a serious situation. You've got to make sure. You got to make sure. So look out for yourself. Even before you get into the thick of it, make sure that you have a conversation with somebody and know what you're going to walk away with. Know what you are going to walk away with. And so listen, that's pretty much all I have for today for installment number 4 on Caregivers Protection. And I want you guys to shop at Cozy Earth. Click the link in the bio. The stores will open. You'll get a deep pocket discount when you shop with the Fierce Female Network. And so I want you guys to shop now and have a great time. You're going to see all 10 different stores that you can shop at. Put the discount code FFN in the secure checkout, and you will get your discount automatically. So I got to get on up out of here. It's been a Stone Cold Blast. As always, it is peace, love, and soul.
You motivate.